Welcome to today's session here. Live stream only one today. We are here for the formation and eventual race of the Hirochi layout, the Freedom Grand Prix here at Hirochi. This is the medium layout. I am your host here today, your commentator, Nathaniel, that will do. And yeah, as the drivers get their formation lap underway, we will be heading off. The drivers are having a little bit of a collision with each other as well. Alfie with a spin, that's very unlike him. And well, this is going to be an intense few laps. Alfie now a bit far behind. Hopefully he doesn't do that during the race. No qualifying here today as we didn't have enough time with other stuff. And Gab really warming up his rear tyres as we get ready now to start the Freedom Grand Prix. Entering the grid now, we will just watch the final few drivers trickle in as Alfie gets back up. I don't think anyone is starting from the pits today. A lot of smoke from these engines. I wonder if we've had another little issue. But let's get ready for the race start. As we go to 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 red lights, green, and away we go for the Grand Prix. Let's have a look at iCraft, who starts at the back. All clean so far as drivers try and make it through to me in P2 now, getting up just in front of Gab behind Alfie, trying to make a and there's been a collision at the back. Let's have a look at Goose, who's turned sideways, collision with a Coos, and they are now at the back of the pack, turn 2. And we've already had a few casualties. Let's say casualties, that's not a word. Moving along is Goose, and he's going to have to make his way back to the pits to fix his car. Let's have a look at these drivers now as they get along. Can't do anything about the smoke, that just seems to be a little issue. Someone's had a wheel fall off. I think that's Gab. That's definitely a bit of desync there. Not sure what's gone on, why it's so bad today, but everything seems alright. We can always just give a little that quick, see if that fixes it. The engines are back and the smoke is gone. We're back. Mr. M trying to overtake. Let's have a look at him as the camera has no idea what to do. Riding on board with Mr. M. You can see him just trying to get in front as the engines blow up again. I don't know what's causing that, to be completely honest with you guys. Through the little section, little chicane there, it's very hard to navigate. If you get it wrong, you go straight off into some gravel. There's been a crash already. Let's put out the safety car. Don't know who's had a moment, but well, someone has gone off. But I can't see who. P8, Goose, has crashed. He's in the gravel. Oh, I know exactly what he's done. He's gone too fast over the bridge and didn't brake in time. He is now out. Unless he can make it back, but I don't think he can. He is pretty deep in there for these cars to get out of. Oh no, actually he hasn't. He's made it past, but then he's obviously had a bit of an oversteer moment, and that's just sent him straight into the gravel at the back of the corner. Interesting. Let's have a look at Alfie, who's also off. Alfie off the track, and looks like he's got damage to his rear right. I think he might be out. I think Alfie might be out of the race. What a shock ton of events. The championship leader is had a mistake. Well, we saw a mistake earlier on in the on the formation lap from Alfie. I thought that was just him having a little blip on the formation lap, a little bit of fun perhaps. But no, it seems like he has had a bit of trouble this weekend with his car and the circuit, and he is also not going to finish the race. Very unfortunate for Alfie. And let me just change to safety car, because it is a safety car now. Well, the rest of the pack have trickled together. Just waiting for P6 Akuz to catch up. You can see him racing in the background there. Let's just have a look at where he is right there. 3 and 4. Well, Goose has made it back to the pit lane. He is fixing his car, so he's going to finish in front of Alfie. Safety car is ending, so we'll ride with Kimi, and well, we'll get ready for a restart. I still don't know what's causing the engines to blow up, which is causing the unforeseen amount of smoke here. But as we fly the green flag, we wait for the driver in front of me to get his foot down. At what point he does is up to him, but there will be no overtaking into the start-finish line. He goes now at the end of the final corner. There's been contact between Kimi and Mr. M as they both get pretty sideways in the exit, and there is Mr. M just right behind Kimi, riding on board with Kimi and looking back. You can see Mr. M right there pulling out, trying to get in front, but he can't, almost collecting Kimi on the exit of that corner right there. Kuz almost doing the same thing to Mr. M himself, but they will make it pretty clean, just about avoiding contact. Through we go over the bridge, and you can just see all the smoke from these engines. You can hear the superchargers as Mr. M just screwing his car to the exit of the corner, as Kuz gets a bit wide on the exit there of the tarmac. The start, lap 6. Here we go, Tommy starting lap 6 now. Gab, Kimi, Mr. M, Akuz, and Aircraft. Everyone else has crashed. Around we go though. Mr. M still trying to catch up to Kimi and overtake. Kimi's gone wide though, 2 wheels on the grass, and that's allowed Mr. M to get in front easily. Trying to go down the inside. Kimi doesn't quite make it, slips in back behind him, on board with Kimi now as we go through. And that is the battle currently going on. We're watching Mr. M and Kimi. Around we go. Kuz joining the battle as well. Oh, look at that. How wide can Kuz get there and not be seen as off track? Has Kuz just had a moment? No, he hasn't. He's just got very slippy. His rear end seems to be very happy with stepping out from the front. It seems too happy for my liking. Maybe he likes his cars like that. That's not exactly how I would like my car to perform, but everyone's different, you know? Around turn 4 we go. P3, Mr. M. P2, no, P4, Kimi. P5, Akuz. And these drivers, they're the top that we have in Formula Racing here at BeamGP. This is Formula 3. We have got a lot of Formula Series, but these drivers are the best that we have. This is the premium, the premier, the creme de la creme of drivers that we have at our disposal. And, well, around they go, pretty in sync, you know? No one's really having a massive issue. The only issues we've had, they've been pretty on the nose. Around we go though, lap 8. Kimi starting his, well, 8th lap, still trying to get back into podium positions. after losing it to Mr. M just a few laps ago. On board with Kimi now, as you can see, the smoke from on board Mr. M. That is desync. The engines for everyone have blown up for some reason. That's just BeamGP blowing up. I don't know how to fix it. I'm trying to fix it. Well, it hasn't worked. So we'll have to next week. Front wing there on that corner. I don't know what that would be from, who that would be from. Something to keep an eye out for the drivers. So if you're on that, you cannot pump your tyres, and that's not what you want. Oh, as they go through turn 1, turn 2, 3, and 4 right there. It's also pretty fast, but not as fast as turn 1. They get such speed through there as the gap falls down. Let's have a look at the battle from P1 between Gab and Tumi. The issue drivers are pretty close to each other. They know how to fight. Well, you'd hope so. And these drivers are doing their best. Green flag's currently being flown. And away they go. You can hear the engines back up to normal. And look how close that gap is. It was 3/10 halfway ago. It's now 2/10. And it's just closing more and more. On board with Gab now, as it seems like, I don't know the issue. It's mostly confusing. But around we go though. Gab to the outside, trying to keep the same line as Tumi, trying to do it faster than Tumi. There's only really one racing line around this circuit, and that is the one that these drivers are taking. The only difference is how well they're taking it. You can see that gap now, 5/10, 8/10. It's hovering around the 6/10 mark. He's falling backwards slightly. He doesn't want to push his tyres too much, and I don't know why his car just breaks. Anyway, around we go. 1 second is the gap now. That's really what you want if you're trying to battle a driver to see that they're getting away. But it's the best we're going to have to do. Around the corner we go, over the bridge. Lap 11 we are on. We're going to start lap 12 very soon, in a few seconds actually. Just wait, probably about 10. And, well, as a wheel gets launched off Gab's car, that's not going to hold him back anymore. Around they go, final corner of the lap. Look at that gap, 7/10 of a second. I don't believe that's actually... It seems very close for 7/10 of a second. Maybe actually. Around there they go. Pretty nice tail almost. Almost how we've seen most cars this race. And around they go. Usually it goes straight on there, but no, we're taking a medium nowadays, so it's right. Actually, just cuts off that one part. We do a little chicane, which is very complicated. Taking a right hand down. Which we go. Right into the same section here, where we can look at the short layout. There's 3 laps. This track is very technical. Into the left, right. It's a set of corners that misses. As we see them back over the grids now. You can just see just how fast these cars are going as the camera pans, not fast enough. Over the back straight we go now. 7/10 is the gap, and they are putting their cars extremely wide there. If you go too wide, you'll hit the tyre barriers, and that will rip the side of your car. We've had instances in the past, entire side pods and wheels have gone missing, just disappeared throughout the track, and just has on just from there. Around we go though, nose to tail through 1 and 2, and we can see just how quick these cars are going, and you can hear them again. Around we go, a little bit of a lock-up from Tumi as we go back into the medium layout on board with Gab now again once more. You can see just how tight this little corner is, this little section, as the engines blow up once more. So, I don't know how to fix the issue there, as Tumi's gone wide. Is that real? Yep, he has, and Tumi's made an error. And he is now P2 with Mr. M heating up his corners. They've made contact on my screen. I don't think they have on theirs. Tumi in the pits now, and Mr. M very close, just about missed on his screen. Now behind, in P2, back up into the podium positions. I think this is going to promote, yep, Kimi into P3, Aku's now P4, Crafter is P5, and well, then you have Tumi in, no, Tumi's P5, my apologies, and Crafter is very far behind P6. That's Kimi. Kimi spun it. Yellow flag, I think Gab and Kimi have had a coming together. And that's all calamities now. Kimi and what? APS. Oh, APS. No, it's Dutch. And oh, there are so many white cars. No, Craft is in Dutch as well. Okay, so a Dutch GP driver sideways and has fallen back, and that's brought a lot of cars close together. And I think Gab has also been part of that. He is now in the pits serving a penalty, probably for cutting a corner, which I don't think was his fault. Around we go, and oh, it's a bit of like, let's have a look on the onboard from Kimi and see just how he does trying to battle into P2 with a Kuz. He spun it round, he's made contact with the wall. Not sure if that would have broken his tire on his screen, but he just got a little bit of too much throttle on the exit of the corner, and he has now crashed. Spun it, didn't save it, into the barrier. He might have to fix his car. He might have to fix his car. He might have been lucky. We will find out now as he goes through the S's and does enter the pit, but I think that he didn't quite keep in the lines there. I think the stewards will have a look at that. They might not, but I think they might. Let's have a look at Tumi, who is in P3. Do this again. Around he goes, and he's doing pretty fast. Way faster than I could go around here. The setup does change the cars completely though, as we come up to the back of iCrafter, who is being lapped currently on board with Tumi though, right over a bump and jump almost. You can see the car just slam down as we go on board. Over the bridge now. Explosion from iCrafter there as we can see his engine really explode. Literally. Down the inside, iCrafter doesn't seem to see him, and Tumi gets a bit sideways on the exit. Let's have a look at how Gab navigates this. Down the inside, iCrafter around the outside knows what's up now, and he lets them pass without any issues. Down into turn 1 for lap 18 for these drivers. Did someone just... No. Weird. Let's have a look at Mr. M. He's had pretty a pretty quiet race since the start. His teammate obviously crashing out lap 2, and so his teammate's at the back, and he is in front of the results currently. If the race were to end now, this would be how it was to end. Sliding around turn 1 there into turn 2, you can see just how loose the rear end really is. You can hear the screech of the car. 38 laps of this race, we've done 19, and he's just collided with the barrier. What on earth was that? Fully sideways, whacked into the car. Let's just give a quick little fix, and that was definitely a bit of desync because he's kept it driving. BeamGP is having a lot of issues currently, as we are seeing. And if lots of tyres on backs there, I think that's his engine just blown up again. So we'll just have to deal with that happening. Let's have a look at Gab, who is fighting Toumi again, if I can find my mouse. Here we go, Gab trying to fight Toumi for P3 actually. This is a fight for the final podium position. Mr. M and Akuz, the leaderboard having a little confusion between them. And Overpower versus APS. Currently 2 APSs on the podium. Can make it 3 different constructors on the podium. We will find out. Around we go, and yes, keeping the same line, braking a little bit later, it seems, Gab, as he ever so hard to get past his rival at the moment. To me, they are pretty evenly matched here over the bridge now. Gab is going to have slipstream, and that's going to allow Gab to get a bit closer. You can see that gap closing very noticeably. But through this tight twisty section, what's going to happen? Anyone's guess, really. But it seems Gab holds his lines true, holds his car pretty well, and he's actually kept up and gets some slipstream down the grid straight, and he continues as well. The gap, only a couple of tenths, I would guess, now as we go through into the back straight one time into turn 5. You can see just how close they really are into turns 6 and 7. Twisty section here. 8 seems pretty clean from both of them as we head onto the bridge once more. He goes out wide to get an overtake done. Doesn't quite feel confident as he slips in behind Toumi again. As we go around for one more time, that's a safety car called. Someone's had a moment. Let's have a look at iCrafter. iCrafter is in the gravel at the edge, or at the end of the bridge. No, at the end of the back straight, actually. You can see a Kuz P2 in the background there. There's a Kuz. He's obviously just gone way too fast and just smashed into the gravel. And, well, that's his race over unless he can make his way back somehow to anywhere with traction. Let's have a look at Mr. M, who's currently leading. He comes in for his pit stop of the race. 38 laps, and we've done 22. A bit of maths, that means we've got 16 laps left. And Mr. M doing his pit stop under safety car. He's going to lose less time. Toumi in the pits as well for his start. No, Tommy's not in the pits. Someone else is in the pits. Overpower. Well, Toumi is out behind Mr. M. All important. That was an amazing stop for Mr. M. Timed to perfection. Couldn't get any closer between Mr. M and Toumi under safety car. Of course, usually you'd lose. He didn't lose too much. He would have lost about the same time as if it was a green flag. because Tomi was racing speed to catch up to the safety car. That's how it works, but I don't know. As we wait for... Oh no, because Crafter has pit. So did he get back on track? No, he's still there. He's still beached and he isn't going anywhere. I think he's got out of his car actually, and yeah, I think he's not here anymore. Let's have a look at Akuz, or not. Let's have a look at Gab, or rather, who is in P3. The other Power Grand Prix driver. He's trying to get another win. So is Tomi, so is Mr. M. Ah, we've finally got a reason. Crafter, his brakes failed suddenly, and he lost all grip and couldn't turn. That happens if you don't slow down for a corner. You won't be able to turn. That's unfortunate. Hopefully he gets better luck next weekend. Through we go to start another lap as Kuz gives us an update. We'll just hop on board with Gab for a quick moment while we wait for the safety car to come in. Safety car is still in. Because he's asking if he can rejoin. But he has been on server long enough to know that once he's considered out, he can't rejoin a race. Green flag. And we go now. Gab, Mr. M has decided to let the ball go now, and he's just flying away. No taking to the start-finish line, so all the drivers will be holding their throttles, brakes, whatever they want to use to ensure they don't overtake prematurely. All four of them now, it's a four-car battle for the lead. Four of them fighting to get the win. They are all so close now. And you can hear those glorious engines roll. Look at that shot, just cresting that bend right there. That's pretty close. Two and then two little battles, but we're going to watch this one for the lead as Gab goes for an overtake on Kimi and possibly gets that done before this turn. Nope, he pulls just behind, and Mr. M going very wide there, trying to get back into P1. He's lost the position to Tomi while we were watching that race in the background. Watching these two now on board. What's going to happen with the slipstream through turn 1, turns pretty important in the lead. Angels for the car in front to get turn 1 pretty nicely. Dirty really doesn't do your tyres a lot of good through there, but now onto the backstream we go. Let's have a look at what's going to happen at these drivers. Back through turn 5, pretty solid still, I'd say. As Mr. M tries to go through again. Over the bridge we go. Is he gonna... Well, he's holding his own currently. He's not going for anything. He goes super wide there. I'd say that's not legal. I'd say he's gone way too wide there, and that shouldn't be allowed. Through we go. Slipstream down the start finish straight over the line, starting lap 27. That's 27. What am I doing? Through we go. I'm out of practice. And someone who seems out of practice currently is Mr. M. You'd be surprised if he was out of practice, just doing 27 laps. And well, he definitely seems it, getting a very wide extra 3 there. Keeps his car in one line though, extra 4, my apologies. 6 and 7 and 8. And over the bridge we see Mr. M trying to get past his rival here in this instance being Toomey. On board we go again. How's this going to work? Through to his yeses. And it's a left-hander. This left-hander goes on forever if you're on board the cars. If you're driving the cars, it goes on for even longer. Through we go into turn 1. As the fireworks fire behind me for some reason. Caught past the hour. There's no reason. They should be going. Kimmy's in the pits. Probably to get a fresh pair of tyres, fresh pair of rubbers. Very important around here. Nose to tail though, this battle is only heating up. On board now. Just how close they are. You can see that light. It used to brake light. Turn on and turn off. See, it slows down and speeds up. Here we go. You can see just how late they're using the brakes with the group these cars have got. It's very impressive. These drivers using the brake barely at all. As we go around the final corner one more time, laps remaining in the race. Who's going to win? Get your bets in now. I will collect them afterwards, don't worry. But through we go, nose to tail as we go through 3, 4, and up to 5 we go. P2 and P1 separated by a couple of tenths of a second. Round they go, very wide, both of them slipstreaming each other to perfection. I say slipstreaming each other, to me slipstreaming Mr. M. Mr. M's doing an amazing job at keeping his car in a straight line, this close through the corners, with this much dirty air. Around they go though, turn 9, turn 10. Both cars keeping it within the white lines this time as we go back into the section. Look how close he got. Over the grid we go to start at 30. Through turn 1. And you can see just how much they are pushing their cars. Oh, Mr. M had a moment. He'd gone very, very wide. Maybe just having a look, see what an overtake might look like, but decides not to do an overtake. Too far behind. Through the section we go. Nose to tail. Still half a second separates them as we go over the bridge one more time. Around we go, past the sign as we see that switchback. Not doing much for Mr. M, but he is going to try again as he gets into 2 wheels over the curbs there. As the curbs launching half his car. Not much. Definitely get your heart rate beating if it's not already. Around turn 1 we go, still bumper to bumper, nose cone to tail cone. Through turn 1, 2, 3 and 4 we go, back down the street. 33 minutes gone, and yeah, he's just having a little smidge, a little nose leaking out. Oh, I see. Have a smidge look at, and decides no, he doesn't want to go for an overtake there. But he's gonna have to go for an overtake at some point, will Mr. M, because he can't keep hunting this whole time. At the end of the day, the race will end at some point. Around we go. Look how slidey the cars look. If you weren't scared before, you might be now. Or not. I'm not to say what scares you. But around we go. Turn 1, lap 32. Just how close these drivers have been for so long. I'm impressed with these drivers. I knew these drivers since they joined BeamGP. How far they have grown in about a year is impressive. 1-2 in the race. Admittedly, the main P1 has not finished the race, but still, they're fighting nose to tail for what's this been? 10 laps now? Very impressive, no matter who you are. With these cars, with this amount of desync, this amount of lag, it's impressive for these drivers. I'm really proud of them. And as they continue to push each other through into lap 33, yep, 3, the same number in two different positions on the counter. You're not reading it wrong, it is 33. Still nose to tail, Mr. M trying to fill the rear mirror of Tumi as much as he can. Doesn't seem to be putting Tumi off at all. They're both putting in solid laps, solid straights, and Mr. M getting very wide there, close to the barriers. We saw what could happen before with a little bit of desync on my end, but we sure as hope it doesn't happen. It happens to anyone. We sure don't hope it happens to anyone for real. Around we go into the stadium-ish section now as we go on board through the tight S's. Let's have a look. The gap grown a bit to about this 1 second mark as it reads on the board. But he's going to have slipstream still. Down the grid straight. Over the grid we go. Over the start-finish line we go. To start yet another lap in this glorious action-packed somehow Grand Prix. These two drivers, which I wouldn't have put my buck on being close to each other for any amount of time, they've somehow been putting in these laps close to each other for quite a long time. And they are going to do it again. Through we go. Look how close they get. An amazing shot from the helicopter there. Over the bridge though, what's going to happen? Is he going to go for an overtake? He seems too far back to me. Nose to tail. It's such a hard corner in these high-powered cars, the high downforce cars. It's a hard corner to overtake at now. It used to be a nice one to overtake at, but with these improvements that have happened to the cars over the seasons, as we start lap 35, 4 laps left of the race, these improvements, corner is just a hindrance if you're close to someone. Through we go though, into turn 5 in a few moments. Down we go. You can see Gab is also catching up. And Mr. M's gone very wide, 2 tyres on the dirt there. That's not what he wanted. He's going to fall back quite a bit. Let's have a look how far back he has gone. He hasn't actually lost that much time, but he is definitely going to be wary that his tyres are wearing out. He might want to think about getting new tyres. Both cars getting a smidge wide on the exit of the stadium section there. Just hopping over these curbs. They get so close to the barriers. Oh, something very different to normal. But that's what these drivers love. Through we go. Just look at that. Amazing work from these drivers here. As you see, just how much grip they still have in their tyres. Mr. M going very wide consistently through that corner there, turn 5. And it seems to be working out for him all right, you know. As we go through turn 9, over the bridge, and the gap still about the same. It makes one wonder, is Mr. M going to go for an overtake at all? As Gab is now catching up drastically. And there is Gab, you know. It's, Gab is going to be a real contender in the final lap, next lap, as we enter lap 37 of 38. Catching up is one thing, overtaking is another, in the wise words of the late great Sir. Yep. For some reason his name leaves my brain right now as I focus on this race right here. Mr. M still trying to push his car as hard as he can. Murray Walker, there we go. Over the bridge and around we go. Brakes not doing too much, but through they go, as I think we will press a quick little button to have a great final lap. Let's make this one to remember as we cross the line to start the final lap of the race. As Gab the gap seems to have grown to gap as we go through turn 2, 3 and 4. Mr. M getting very sideways. It's not what you want in your car. It's to be losing grip on the final lap. On board now as we go through turn 5. The pit has closed. It's not what you want to see. The person you've been fighting for 15 laps still in front of you on the final lap. Let's go onto the TV cam as we go into the stadium section one final time. Around we go, both drivers very wide. Mr. M almost in a different net code as we go through the final corner one final time, but it's Tumi who takes the victory here at the Freedom Grand Prix. Well done to Tumi. Well done to Mr. M. Well done to Gab, your 3 podium position drivers there. Kimi rides the waves a bit further behind, but he's still making his car count. He will get points if he doesn't crash in the final few corners. Very wide there. Let's just get a different camera angle through the tight twisty section. And here we go. P4 goes to Kimi. Let's have a look at your winner though. This person right here, Tumi, as he enters the pits. Well done, Tumi, on winning the Grand Prix. I wonder if anyone wants an interview as he goes to the grid for some reason. Wow, Kimi does not seem happy at all. And does Tumi know the race is over? He's still driving. Let's have a look at Mr. M in the pits. I think he's had a moment with Kimi, and Kimi is not happy about it. Apologies for the explicit setting chat there from Kimi. Well, impressive race there, as that was great racing from Tumi and from Mr. M there. Brilliant racing. I really could not have guessed that would have been like that. We just have a quick look. So, what we have to do is one final thing. Everyone, pay respect for the national anthem for the winning driver. Well done to me, and yeah, the national anthem of Finland for Tumi. Well done. Thank you everyone for watching these streams today. Sorry that the commentary wasn't up to my best. I've had a few weeks off, obviously, and due to some technical issues. But hopefully next weekend it will be much better. Tune in next weekend though. Just have a look. Yeah, I think that's just next weekend for the amazing race around the amazing track of Automation. Yeah, that's right, Automation Test Track. We'll be racing around there next weekend, so catch us for the live streams, for the commentary, for qualifying and the race here on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/BeamGP, and the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ youtube.com/BeamGP. It's been my pleasure to commentate for you today. Unfortunately, we couldn't give you more today, like qualifying or the GTWC, as much as we would have loved to do them. But maybe we'll get them next week. You never know. We'll definitely have F3 next week around, as I said, automation. So bring your friends along next weekend and get some popcorn. But for now, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.